Hilarious from the commercials and previews I've seen so far.
Yeah. Kate Beckinsale is supposed to be fabulous in it, and Chloe Sevigny's in it, and she's a Darien girl.
Right.
So props to her.
Yeah. What did Mark have to say about it? I'm dying to know.
Mark said that this is just not a costume drama rom-com, it's a lot more than that. And he said that Kate Beckinsale is really, really sharp as the scheming widow with no money who's trying to get her daughter married off. And while she's really, really good, he said that Tom Bennett is the character that kind of goes away with the acting honors in it, because he's playing such a fatuous man of money, and this is the man that Kate's got her eye on for her daughter. He's the one who just is so incredibly unobservant of himself and ignorant.
Jane Austen is really good at those characters, by the way.
and apparently the dialogue in this film, some of it comes from the novella that they developed the film from. A lot of it was written by the director whose name escapes me. Anyway, he wrote the dialogue in such a Jane Austen fashion that you can't tell it's not Jane Austen.
Wow. That's got to be a talent. I mean, that's incredible. I had never heard of Love and Friendship, the novella, kind of a lesser.
Yeah, I think it's Love and Friendship is the novella, but there were also a couple of stories that were thrown in. So I guess there are side stories, like Chloe Sevigny is married to a much older man, and she's trying to control him, and he's trying to control her, and she's trying to get out from under his thumb, under the direction of Kate Beckinsale, who's apparently the plotter who sort of weaves all of the pieces together in this film.
Well, if you watch, like I said, the previews, she has some sharp, like, one-liners that she just throws out. She seems completely kind of unaware of how horrible she is.
Yes.
And it's just so wonderful. Yes. I mean, it's really enjoyable. And we know Jane Austen loves creating those mothers that are out to marry their daughters well. Like,
well, yes.
Yeah.
As in Pride and Prejudice.
Yes. In all its versions.
Yes. Your favorite, of course, is?
Oh my gosh. I think I was probably 12 years old when I saw the BBC version of Pride and Prejudice, and I just since then had such a love for Colin Firth. I was like,
yes.
Who is this man? In fact, the one scene where he emerges, out of the...
I think that's the classic.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, the wet shirt scene, yes.
I was just like, whoa. And I mean, that's a 4 or 5 hour piece on, a very long form movie that ran on the BBC.
Yes.
But just love that. I mean, to me, that is just the classic. Though I know it was remade, and I have to admit I never watched the entirety of the remake, but I know Mark Schumann's a big fan of it.
Yes, he said that he thought Keira Knightley had never been better than in Pride and Prejudice. But one of the things that Mark made the point of in his review is saying that all of these rom-coms owe a lot to Emma Thompson, who wrote the screenplay for Sense and Sensibility. That was 1995. Yeah. Ang Lee directed it, but she wrote the dialogue. She wrote the screenplay, and
I know that.
And she also doctored the script for Pride and Prejudice, although she wasn't credited for it. The one that starred Keira Knightley. There's also an earlier version. I think it's from the 30s with Greer Garson, which is much more serious than the later ones.
Kind of misses the comedy of it.
Yeah. So if you wanted to see Love and Friendship, that's in a lot of the art movie houses in the area right now. But if you want a little more rom-com in your life and you want to just look some things up on demand, Mark had a number of ones that he recommended in addition to Sense and Sensibility. That's top on his list, and the Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley. He suggested The Age of Innocence, which is directed by Martin Scorsese. Wow. And that's an Edith Wharton novel.
Right. I haven't seen that in a long time. I need to rewatch that.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer and Daniel Day-Lewis. And then he sort of got into the Ivory and well, this isn't Merchant and Ivory. This is Ivory and Javala and Howard's End, which is the film that won Emma Thompson her Oscar and really made her a star. There's also A Room with a View, which is another Ivory and Javala book. Both of those were E.M. Foster novels, and this one is Helena Bonham Carter, who's just delightful in anything, and Daniel Day-Lewis and Maggie Smith. So you can't go wrong with that one. And finally, A Passage to India.
Which I don't think I've ever seen.
This is a David Lane movie, and it's from 1984. Judy Davis and Dame Peggy Ashcroft are in it, and Peggy Ashcroft is just the best in it. She's sort of like the wise center of the film, and it's another E.M. Forster novel. So if you'd like to see any of these films, most of them are available on demand on Amazon or one of the other services. And if you want to see Love and Friendship, check out some of the art houses in the area.
And what is it about these costume dramas that we love so much?
I think it's the dialogue. I think even more than the costuming, which is pretty amazing, especially in this latest one. It's being able to be so witty and so sharp and always have the words right there.
Yeah, and it's so subtle. I mean, it's just kind of always fascinating to watch them, though. And I mean, that all of us Americans love kind of these staid, aristocratic characters. It's kind of funny to me.
Well, and in this day and age, it's really nice to have people who speak in full sentences
That's
with multisyllable words, which they do.
That's a good point. We do enjoy that around here.
Yes, we do. And I was just one movie that just caught my eye that has nothing to do with rom-coms and nothing to do with anything else, but it's in the theaters right now, and it's called Don't Stopping.
Oh my gosh, it looks so funny.
It looks so crazy, and it's sort of like this is Spinal Tap, but only for the Justin Bieber era.
With the Lonely Planet guys, who
yes.
Include, I can't think
Andy
of their name.
Sandberg
Andy Sandberg,
is the lead guy. They're
Yes.
from Saturday Night Live's videos, and
that's
that
gonna be
just
a good one.
caught my eye as something that's out this week and would be lots of fun.
Definitely.
And speaking of lots of fun, when we come back from a break, we're going to have pirates with us.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
because there's
excited
something
about this.
big going on in Milford this weekend, and we'd like to talk with a few pirates.
Jane Austen to pirates.
Yes,
Pretty
it
good
works very
transition,
well.
Sally.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for having me on.
Okay, well, thanks, Kate.
All
We'll
right.
be back in a minute.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Drop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Mosquitoes, ticks, gone. Guaranteed. That's what Mosquito Squad guarantees as America's most trusted mosquito and tick control company. Locally owned and operated, over 90,000 homes have been protected by Mosquito Squad using their dual protection method for season-long protection, which includes barrier spray service for eliminating mosquitoes and adult ticks, as well as supplemental programs to increase tick control. They use only USDA organic options, which are safe and non-toxic. Contact them today at www.squadctny.com or 203-893-4309. Mosquito Squad. No bugs, no bites, no kidding.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking, to a partner that makes small businesses feel big, where community comes first, where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver, where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well, bank smart, bank local, bank well. With the 24-month Bank Well Smart CD, you can earn 1.35% APY and raise your rate and add to your CD.
You're watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 1 million people have watched our live sports, news, and entertainment programming since the network launched in August 2015. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Avast, we're back. We have Captain Kidd with us. We have Pyrella. We're going to be talking about Pirates Day in Milford, which is this Sunday. So, Captain Kidd.
You're beautiful in person, Sally.
Oh, Captain Kidd. Tell us about Pirates Day. It starts at 11:30 on Sunday.
That's true.
When
well,
do you-
11:30 in Milford. What we do is we commandeer a ship down at the yacht club.
A sailing ship.
Kind of, yeah. Is it?
Oz.
Oz. It's called Oz.
The pirate ship Oz.
We all, well, not all of us, but a few of us get on the boat and we come into Milford Harbor. There's a lovely place called Lisman's Landing. It's also known as the Milford Landing. Nice little ice cream place there too, called Scoopy Doo's. We should get 10% of it. And we come ashore at 12 o'clock noon, and it's filled with kids and parents. We have music playing there, and it's just a great way to come into town because the first thing we do is we kidnap them. Would you excuse me just for a minute?
Yes. Switching eyes.
Yeah, it hurt. We kidnap the mayor, Mayor Blake of Milford.
Brave man.
Right, and we take the key to the city, and then we just go from store to store in downtown Milford the whole day.
Marauding.
It's great, marauding, yes.
Yes?
Yes, you'll have to excuse me for just a minute.
Okay, you can remove your
Would you like to wear
eye patch. Well, we could try. We'll see what happens. But anyway, Milford Day, why?
Pirate Day.
Pirate Day in Milford, why?
Why? Well, this is Pyrella.
This is Pyrella.
Yes, she's
There
the,
is some history
she's
involved
the
in this,
executive
right?
director of our Downtown Pirates Association,
Yes.
and Pyrella can tell you why.
Why Pyrella?
Well,
This is
several
not
years, several
good.
years ago, yeah, I think that's upside down though. Several years ago, based on the folklore of Captain Kidd and his visit to Milford.
Is it folklore or is it true?
Well,
It might be true.
I think it's part truth, part folklore.
Captain
like
William
George
Kidd.
Washington
Yeah.
slept everywhere.
He did. And Captain William
I had
Kidd.
an uncle like that too, but we won't talk about that.
Captain William Kidd buried treasure
So
everywhere.
Captain William Kidd, who, by the way, was a very smart fellow. He would have enjoyed the first segment of this program on Jane Austen. And he sailed up and down Long Island and Long Island Sound, on the Atlantic and in the Sound. And there is it's a myth, a rumor, a legend that he buried treasure on Charles Island, right off the coast of Milford. And for years, for a century, people have been going out there trying to find that buried treasure. And I don't know if you know this, but there's a few scary legends about what happens to people who go to find that treasure.
Such as?
Such as there's reports that people have gone out there to look for it, haven't found anything, gone back and found a unfortunate end to their lives.
Ooh.
There were two people, and this is documented in a few novels about Milford, about Connecticut, who went out there, were digging, and claimed that a large face came out of the sky and chased them all the way back to the mainland. And
Which
I
is
think it keeps
interesting.
people away from looking for more treasure.
This is a unique island. Well, not unique, but it's one of the few islands that you can walk to.
It is. There's a sandbar that appears at low tide every day, twice a day, and you can walk out there. Now you can't do it now because it's also a bird sanctuary, so the birds are out looking for the treasure.
Uh-huh.
But
With their little
the birds,
metal
and there we
detectors.
see on the monitor, we see the beautiful sandbar.
Yeah.
If
They call it Tamboli.
that's the technical word is a tamboli or tambolo. One of those
Yeah.
is the sandbar. One of those is an Italian dessert.
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
remember which is which. And supposedly the treasure's out there. We've had a few professional treasure finders go out there to try to find the treasure, and they've found some things, but they just can't seem to dig deep enough or to dig without the water coming in. So I think Captain Kidd was a very clever fellow who knew how to bury his treasure and where to bury it.
Yeah. Now
And,
there's
there's
treasures
something
all
out there.
over the town of Milford on Pirates Day.
Right. So now, instead of finding that treasure, that old musty gold, we go to downtown Milford and go to the various stores and shops on Pirate Day on Sunday. And you get the kids and the parents, but the kids love to go shop to shop, kind of like a pirate Halloween.
They get a
A
booty bag
treasure hunt, yes.
and a treasure map.
All right, and they get
Go to the
to
shops.
they get to go into all the stores and they get little gifts, whether it be little telescopes, beads, as you can see, Pyrella is wearing
Pyrella
here.
is wearing.
Hats.
Pyrella is also Priscilla Lynn, who's head of the
dubbed
Downtown
myself
Milford
today
Business
Pyrella.
Association.
True, yes. That's
Yes.
her professional name is, it's always been Pyrella.
Yes.
In the old days, we won't talk about it. But, and the kids have a great time. And when it started out, it was more of an adult thing. Over the years, it's become more kids. Kids, I mean, you know, kids just love to be pirates. And when they drag their parents along, the parents become pirates. And when that happens, we just have a lot of fun.
But it's a free, family-friendly event.
And it's a good way for people to experience downtown Milford.
Yep.
And
We have a band that plays in our gazebo.
the gazebo is beautiful, too.
We have actually live music all over town. And you know, the Jonathan Law High School students are coming to volunteer as well. So it's really a community event that involves everybody.
And there's lots of places to get food.
Yeah, well, downtown has become a food mecca, but Seven Seas is our sponsor. They have amazing food, and they're packed with piratey people all day long. So they really are happy to sponsor it every year. They've been a sponsor, a key
That's
sponsor
great.
for us. But there's an amazing amount of restaurants that people will go in and out of during the day, and as well as at the end of the day. The event ends at 5 o'clock.
And I understand that if you're downtown Milford you encounter pirates who are carrying an empty picture frame, there is the possibility of getting your picture taken with a pirate.
Well, we used to have a picture in the frame, but some of the pirates took it. So now we have this beautiful, elaborate, empty picture frame. So if you walk around and you're tired of just taking plain old selfies, then you can actually take a selfie with the rest of us. And this goes along with my new campaign to run for president. Yes, as
Oh,
Captain
and
Kidd.
what would that be?
Well, you know that, what's that fellow with the hair?
The hair, yes.
Trump.
yeah.
Trump. He's got that campaign, Make America Great Again. Well, this year,
Making
it's Make America, say it with me, Arr, again.
again.
So we'll be taking pictures that way. You can make your own postcards, and it's totally free. As you know, if you find my, you know, if you're a lady with a purse, you find my hand in your purse. I'm just checking to make sure there's no weapons in there. That's all.
Good,
But
good.
in
No
case,
weapons other
you
than
happen
foam.
to lose a wallet, look for me later. I'll find it.
But there's a lot of activities for the children as well as the music. There's 20 different participating businesses for it. Some of the shops, so you can go to now the shops. A lot happening up on the green as well, with exhibitors and music and children's activities.
And it looks like the weather's going to be great this
The weather's
weekend.
going to be perfect.
One
And
can
this is
pray. It's rain or shine, though. The event
Yes?
is rain or
Okay.
shine.
It's rain or shine, but if it rains and we canceled it, what kind of pirates would we be?
Yeah.
You know?
Pirates get wet.
So the big event is we kidnapped the mayor. We've done that in the past. And
And
2 years ago, we had actual pirate handcuffs, the real ones made out of cast iron.
Uh-oh.
We accidentally lost the key. And the mayor was
Cuffed.
really accidentally cuffed for about 4 hours till we found a key that would open it up. So he's a good sport about that. So we have a lot of music, and it's an elaborate thing. We have a pirate who looks just like Captain Jack Sparrow. He's not Captain Jack Sparrow.
is not.
Because that would take
Captain Jack.
Yeah,
We
that would be a
call him
licensing fee
Captain
we have to
Jack.
pay, but we don't want to do that because pirates hate to spend money. But we have a guy who looks like that, and other pirates, parents and kids, with elaborate costumes.
People show up.
Yes.
I mean,
And
dogs,
totally in
people
costume.
have eye patches and bandanas on their dogs. I saw last year there was a newborn baby there, and they had painted an eye patch on the baby. It was so cute. So everybody really gets
People
into
take
it.
their pirating very seriously, I
They
believe.
do, including we have a lot of visitors from all over the United States that actually make it a destination to come to the event, which is nice to have the local community there blended with all of the other visitors from beyond.
Sally, would you like to stop by?
It sounds great.
We'll put you right up on the pirate stage with the rest of us.
Wow.
We'll give you a tattoo.
Can I go on the boat?
How's that? Would you like to go on the boat?
On the boat would be,
I think
the
we can
Oz.
swing that. I think-
That's totally possible.
Do you have a credit card?
I do. Anything
we
for
can,
downtown.
If you'd like to, we can do that. I'll tell you. I think we can. I'm the captain. Yes.
It's loud because there's
I'll have to
muskets
consult
that
with my
shoot off.
captain.
There's muskets they shoot off coming up, so just so you know, bring your
Oh.
earplugs.
Yes. One year we had real muskets go off, and the
Someone fell in?
people forgot to warn us.
Oh,
And,
dear.
Yeah, and Captain Kidd had ringing ears for 3 days afterwards.
Yes, earplugs are good
But
in those
yeah,
cases.
earplugs are very good.
Yeah.
Pretty loud.
So it's, the full name of this event is the Captain Kidd Treasure Hunt Pirates Day, correct?
Excellent. It's the world's longest title.
It is, and there are treasures available at the end of the day, right? Someone's going to be awarded.
There are for the map.
Yes.
You go to all of the stops and you solve the clue, which is on the map for that stop, and get your map stamped. You can turn that portion of the map in at the end of the day, and there's a treasure chest prize for adults and one for children. This is what the children's size looks like, and it's filled with 50 gold dollar coins, silver
Really?
gold coins. Yep.
Ooh,
And
Captain's
tell
looking
me that.
interested.
the adult one is more significant, but it's a little larger as well. So you can get a chance to do that up on the green and by the gazebo. The Downtown Milford Business Association will have their booth there as well.
Good. So that's Sunday, June 12th,
Yep.
from 11:30
Map
Noon?
distribution starts at 11:30.
Okay.
The pirate ship comes in at 12.
and runs until 5.
That's correct.
Good. Good.
And plenty of activities. We have
Okay.
the shops, we have little tents, and we have people on the green itself. It's beautiful. You're going to enjoy it when you come on board.
And if you want more information, downtownmilfordct.org, or you can call 203-530-0103.
And that actually gets right to me.
That gets
Pyrella.
right to you. Pyrella. Just ask for Pyrella. She'll give you the straight scoop on Pirates Day. When we come back, we're going to be talking about some of the other activities this weekend, although Pirates Day is obviously at the top of the list. We'll be back right after a break.
Thank you, Sally.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning.
Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook. At the Language School in Ridgefield, we teach practical language for real life, tailored to your professional needs or those of your children. Offering more than a dozen languages, the school specializes in creating customized classes for businesses, government agencies, and healthcare professionals in Fairfield and Westchester counties. Native speakers from around the world will instruct students of all ages in the language and the culture using a hands-on method. Find out more about what makes us different at thelanguageschoolglobal.com or call us at 203-241-7010.
I'm Denise DiGregoli, the host of The Drive on the HAN Network. Join me Tuesdays for some motivational, intelligent talk with a little humor as we visit with people who live their lives mindfully. Tune in to The Drive live on Tuesdays, 12:30, here on the HAN Network.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
And welcome back to Arts and Leisure on the HAN Network. It's a busy weekend. If you're not going to make it to Pirates Day, or even if you are, there are lots of other things going on as well. Starting today is the Greenwich International Film Festival, which is going to run through the weekend through Sunday evening. And this festival's got a lot of debut films. One of them is Newtown, which is about the experiences of some of the families of some of the victims of that tragedy. And this will be its first screening in the area. One of the other special presentations is Robert Klein, Still Can't Stop His Leg, which is going to be shown at the Avon Theater in Stamford on Friday evening. In addition to films, there are a lot of panels being offered, including The Big Business of Comedy, which is going to be Saturday at the Greenwich Library. Mike Fleming's going to be moderating that panel, which includes Richard Brenner, Chris Bender, Peter Principato, Stuart Kornfeld, and Will Arnett. And the Spotlight program for the film festival is going to feature John Turturro, who's one of my favorite actors. Among the filmmakers with local connections are two from Darien High School, Bob McKeon, who's in a short film called Wifey Redux, and Charlie Hewson, who has a role in My Blind Brother. You can find the complete schedule at greenwichfilm.org, and that runs from today until Sunday, June 12th. The International Festival of Arts and Ideas is going on from June 10th through 25th in New Haven, and one of the big features of that festival is going to be a presentation of Our Ladies of Perpetual Succor, which is from the National Theatre of Scotland and is going to be performed here throughout the festival. There are also many dance, music, discussion, and art presentations during the festival. Brooklyn Rider is one of the big names in music that's going to be there, and the performances are at a variety of venues throughout New Haven, including many on the New Haven Green. The complete schedule can be found at artidea.org. This is the opening weekend for musicals at Richter in Danbury, which is at Richter Park at 100 Anthack Road, and they're doing Hello Dolly this year. It's got a nice New Canaan connection. The leads are being played by Kat Heidel and Mike Armstrong, who both graduated from New Canaan High School. This show runs weekends through July 26th. And for ticket information, you can call 203-748-6873, or you can visit their website, which is musicals@richter.org. Saturday, June 11th, is Connecticut Open House Day, and more than 170 attractions in the state are going to be open to Connecticut residents with free admission. Many of the museums in the area, many of the arts centers, many of the nature centers will be open. You can find the complete list at ctvisit.com. The Ives Center in Danbury, Ives Concert Park, is having a juried fine art and crafts show this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. The concert park is on the west side campus of Western Connecticut State University. It's a beautiful location, and they do a number of summer shows, and this is in support of their programming. More than 75 artists are expected to be there both days from 10 to 5, and there'll also be live music and events for children. Tickets are available at art@ives.eventbrite.com. Saturday's also the day for the Glass House Summer Party, which is in New Canaan. This is the site that was created by the architect Philip Johnson, and it's now a National Trust for Historic Preservation site. The party goes on from noon to 4 on Saturday, and you can find out more information about that at theglasshouse.org, or you can call the office at 203-978-3011. Sunday is a day for garden tours, and it should be a beautiful day for that. The Garden Education Center of Greenwich is going to have its tour Grandiflora on Sunday from 10 to 4, with 5 gardens in Greenwich that will be open to the public. Tour tickets are $75. They're available online at gecgreenwich.org, and the center is at 130 Bible Street in Cos Cob. For more information, call 203-869-9242. Finally, the Westport Historical Society is going to present its 25th anniversary Hidden Garden Tour on Sunday, June 12th from 11 to 4, and it will have 6 gardens in the Westport, Greenfield Hill, and Southport area. Several of the gardens were favorites from past tours, and they've been brought back because of popular demand. Also on that day, there will be a garden market at the Historical Society's Wheeler House lawn from 10 to 4. That's at 25 Avery Place in Westport. Tickets are $60 in advance, $70 on the day of the tour. And for more information or to buy tickets, you can visit westporthistory.org or call 203-222-1424. And I did say finally, but there is one more finally. It's the ice cream social at the Lockwood Matthews Mansion Museum. That's going on from noon to 4 in Matthews Park, which is 295 West Avenue in Norwalk. All kinds of family-friendly activities and entertainment, as well as ice cream, of course. Admission is free to this, and you pay for the ice cream. For more information, visit lockwoodmatthewsmansion.com or call 203-838-9799. Georgetown Day will wrap it up. That's Sunday, June 12th, noon to 6 along Main Street in Georgetown with live music, vendors, food, and features and wares from Georgetown businesses and restaurants. It's also the scene of the chili cook-off, which is being led this year by the Gilbert and Bennett Cultural Center. They no longer extend up Main Street as far as they used to in Georgetown, and instead they're moving down Old Mill Road for activities this year. And although they're going to be crossing back and forth over Route 57 in Georgetown, that road will not be closed, but there will be police there to assist people in crossing. This is just a sampling of some of the things that are going on this weekend. If you want to find a complete list, visit arts.hersamacorn.com and look for the weekend activities. I wish you a great weekend. There's lots to do. The weather looks great. Have a wonderful time.